Well, here I am, 90 years young. I never dreamed I would reach this age. A few years back, I told some of the family that if I did reach 90, I wanted a party. And what a party this is.
Right.
I first want to thank God for giving me so many years to enjoy this family that I love. A special thanks to the Lombard Crosswise siblings for making this possible and to all that helped. I'm truly grateful and thank you and for all of you for coming to celebrate this event.
Yes.
As always, we have family from out of town. From Ohio, our faithful Kathy and Steve and family. From Florida, Dennis and Christine. And from Montana, my dear Marjorie. I do miss Karen, Alex, the kids, and all of those unable to attend.
And from Colorado County.
And Colorado County! I didn't know you were going to be here. You'd be out here. I'm sure they're all with us in spirit. I had a long and exciting life. I would like to tell you about it in a short form, especially for the young ones who will know me a little better. My mom's name was Teresa Bossi. My dad's name was Andrew Regis. They were both born in Italy, met, got married. 2 days later, they sailed to America to seek their future. My mom had a brother in West Virginia, and my dad a sister. So they made their home in that state to be near their family. 1 year later, March 21, 1922, I was born. And a couple years later, my brother Julio was born. My mom developed some health problems, so the doctor advised her to return to her native country, where she recovered completely. They packed us up, we walked back, and we sailed back to Italy. I was about 5 years old. Our life was good. We had many relatives, friends, we went to school, all was great, until the war too broke out and lasted 5 years. We had a big walled home, so near the end of the war, the Nazis decided to take it over and make it their headquarters for the region. They settled in our town with about 120 soldiers in my home, for 120 soldiers for 3 weeks. During the war, I had a job as a secretary at Olivetti, the typewriter manufacturer. I joined the underground under General Patton's orders. I served in the underground, passing along messages for 3 years till the war was over. My code and secret name was Wanda. The underground mainly engaged in getting information to General Patton's army and to sabotage activities which made life difficult for the Germans. One thing that the underground was able to do was to let our 3 owners of the Olivetti company, who were Jews, to Switzerland before the Nazis took over the company. Now, one of the happiest days of my life was when the American soldiers, their jeeps, trucks, tanks came rolling into town. They took all the Germans prisoner and gave us back our freedom. That day was also very emotional. People were running in the streets, crying, laughing, and hugging any GIs they could get a hold of. I remember getting 3 gifts: a chocolate bar, a package of gum, and a small bayer of aspirins. They were the best gift ever, and I really enjoyed them. A few months later, my brother and I returned to USA. I had spent 3 days on Ellis Island while the authorities interrogated me. When we got through customs, we went to West Virginia, and finally we settled in the Chicago area. I got a job as a waitress, met my first husband, George Crosswhite. We fell in love, got married, and bought a house. George had a son, Bob, who was already married. I had the joy of being grandmother when Bob and his wife, Joanne, had 2 sons. We had a happy life together, but I lost George a week short of our 25th anniversary. A couple of years later, I met another wonderful man at the bank where I was working, Michael A. Lombard. We married. Our life was heaven. We were soulmates, loved each other, traveled, but after 16 years, I also lost him. I shed many, many tears, but they have left me the best inheritance ever, this big, beautiful family. Together, we had good times and sad times. We had tragedies and many losses. We have cried, laughed, and loved. Life has brought us closer and given us strength. A little more. Looking around this room brings joy to my heart. To see many young couples and kids, perhaps some not so young, and all these beautiful new babies is such a blessing. We have one more on the way, and hopefully more to come. I truly have been blessed to be part of all of you. I have been involved with the Crosswhites 56 years and 30 with the Lombards. I also have a loving family in Italy and Las Vegas and many friends. I feel very, very lucky and grateful. And now, a special thanks for accepting me as a mother, a grandmother, a great-grandmother, and a great-great-grandmother. You have brought so much happiness in my life, and you will remain in my heart for the rest of my days. I pray that God will always bless you with good health and happiness. So now let's enjoy, celebrate, and of course, that's my job.
Wow, isn't she something?